Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here. Publicly Buzzed Live is about to come at you. I have some special guests back here, including my brother Dan. We got Bob Motta back here and Adam Malone. Going to be talking this Rust trial that started today. We coming at you.
Let's rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here. Publicly Buzzed Live is on the air. Appreciate everyone for coming in tonight. Got a banger show for you for sure. We are talking the Rust trial that started today and just everything surrounding this trial. I've got Bob Motta back here. I've got Dan back here. And I've got Adam Malone returning. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming in. Really appreciate it. Let me get these fellas in here real quick. Right there. What up, everybody?
What is up, boys?
We have a full house here tonight.
Yeah, 4 people.
How are we doing? Look at that.
I haven't had four people on here in a minute.
Packed panel.
It's been a while.
Full
dude.
house.
It is.
Like it.
Very cool.
Hopefully, everything sounds good out there. I was having some issues right before this, guys, but I think I have it. I think I have got it under
I
control.
think you got it on lock, Steve.
I think so.
4 guys with facial hair. You know, can't get any better.
Oh yeah, let me get the chat in here so we can talk to these people also, real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know if there's any sound issues, if you can't hear one of us or anything like that.
Yeah, somebody said I was low on my shit the other day. So if any of us are low, let us know. We'll boost it up.
Yeah. So yeah, I know Adam got to watch this morning. So Adam, I know we've talked a little bit back and forth.
Yep.
So like just before today, and you got to see the openings from the state and the defense, or just the defense?
Yeah, I watched them both. I didn't pay the
So
closest
before
attention,
you actually got here today, were you keeping up with everything pretty close?
I in the periphery, but I wasn't honed in on it.
Dude, I've been pretty.
But I've been aware of it.
I think the last real Friday we started this before we went over to Kick, and man, yeah, I've been deep into it, and every day I learned something. Oh my God, the stream last night on JStream was fucking insane, dude. You were mentioning that right before also, but today, getting the ball rolling on this, holy shit, dude. You were saying you thought the defense was killing it early on there.
They have a strong case, I think. The state fucked up big. The scene was messed with, tampered with. They're showing pictures of bullets.
That gun cart?
Bullets on scene.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then how they moved all the bullets and everything, but they still took pictures, so they weren't sure which bullets were which. There's a lot there. They can.
That's what I've been saying since the very
something.
beginning. Basically, bullets are all over the fucking place. There was a bullet in Jensen's gun belt. A bullet in the gun, of course, we know that.
Yeah.
A bullet mixed in with blanks, with dummies.
Yeah.
6 live rounds mixed all around this fucking set. Like, that is insanity.
That's no bueno.
I'm confused about the gun cart. Was the gun cart condition previous to the cops getting there, or did the cops make it that condition?
No, it was like that when they got there. The body cam footage, yeah, dude. I watched that all day.
That's the fault of the armorer. That's not right. That's not helping the defense. That's hurting.
Not at all. Yeah, the one thing that the defense was kind of going on that was helping them today was this police officer basically didn't get control of this ammo cart, this armorer cart. Didn't get control of it as soon, and it was chaos, right? You had hundreds of people all over the place. They're fucking making a movie. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Of course, you got someone horribly injured inside this makeshift church, and he's trying to get control of everything. As soon as he gets there, he's trying to find the gun. Instantly, he's trying to get control of the gun, which he does. He puts it in his car. And then this fucking cart, which he really has no control over the whole time. There's people going everywhere. He's looking for Hannah, trying to figure out exactly who to talk to. And the defense today went in on listen, you didn't get control of this, and there's no way you could have been looking at it the whole time. Even from the body cam footage that we could see, they're making points like can you turn your head 360? No, you can't. I mean, you cannot.
It could have been tampered with.
Right.
Like they could have been trying to pull rounds out. Yeah.
So that has been the best thing today on the defense side.
Yeah, I think ultimately, man, I think she's on the hook, dude. They're going to be able to. Yeah, they had some pretty heavy motion and limines regarding what they could get in with respect to the text messaging that was going on between Hannah and her homies the night before, and I know they're going to have some witnesses. I mean, look, dude, I ain't sweating anybody for getting baked, but if you're fucking you're working on a film and you're the armorer and you've got live rounds in your fucking room,
dude.
Yeah, she wasn't drug tested, and they're limiting what they could bring in terms of proximity and time to the judge said, look, I'm not letting you go back 3 weeks. I'm not letting you
they want to get
her character,
her text.
Well, no, they just want to know if she was fucking baked when she was getting the shit ready to bring to the set the following day, which makes sense.
Well, there's also
you know what I mean? It's her fucking gig. Yeah, fucking blows. Not going to cause anybody to fuck anything up like that. If anything, you're going to be hyper attentive. Like the blow thing is nothing for me. Being fucking baked, I've done stupid shit. I'm absent minded a little bit when I'm fucking super high. So you know what I mean? Like the blow thing is not to me, that's a non-starter. But
that's interesting because I actually thought the cocaine.
Not that I've ever done huge rails of blow.
If she was potentially on
cocaine, because she handed it off that day.
I've never done coke in my life, so I don't exactly. I know it makes you speedy, but I don't know how it affects your brain really with keeping shit together.
It's bad. You shouldn't do it. Never.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she's a fucking moron anyways on that regard, because she gets done with the interrogation, goes back to her hotel room. Somebody from the set comes over and starts hanging out. They start to leave, and she's like, hey, do you mind to hang on to this for me? And of course they go and tell the fucking police. I mean, flush it down the fucking commode. What are we doing?
It's Peruvian flake, man.
It's insane. Everything I've heard from this chick is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Okay.
Well,
Hannah,
a lot of it too sounds like they needed an armorer, so they hired her. But once she got there, she was just kind of pushed to the side in the chute. And, we have an armor. There you go. Bye.
It was a formality rather than a job. Yeah.
In a way.
And she did have...
Yeah, exactly.
The day before we had 6 people quit, she also did alert people that she needed extra help. That is one thing that the defense is saying. She was making it aware.
She was overwhelmed
with her job, and she had a second job. She had 2 jobs. She was also a prop assistant. So she wasn't just fully focused on the ammo, which she should have been.
Yeah, Lisa broke it down. Statman broke it down exactly because she's worked sets. Both Alina and Lisa were fucking phenomenal last night in terms of breaking down whose responsibility, because ultimately that's what's at issue here. Whose responsibility? That fucking armorer? I don't give a shit. Whoever decided to hire her, I don't know if it was Baldwin. I don't know if he was just in an actor role. Lisa trying to explain, delineating. Is Baldwin just the actor? Because producer credits come in many different forms. If you're a money guy, you get producer credits.
I don't honestly imagine him being a money type guy / actor.
Well, but what I'm saying is he's not the hands-on executive producer who's making decisions in terms of hiring.
Right.
So whoever ultimately hires,
no,
Hannah,
he was.
Was he? Because I've heard varying stories.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, is that's the big deal on. Yeah, I may be wrong though. I'm not.
I haven't heard
that. That'll be a game changer.
Now I'm worried.
If it was him, but that's more of a negligent hiring type thing. It's not criminal. It's her father's a well-known armorer. He's worked on a ton of fucking big shit, and she was riding the coattails. He got her the gig, probably was doing a fucking favor, and got her in there, and she's sloppy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Yeah,
She knows
100%.
better. She's been on the sets with her father her whole life. She's been working with guns her whole fucking life, you know. And to have live rounds out there when somebody ends up losing their life because of your sloppiness, in my world, you're on the fucking hook. You know, I mean, she's not
100%.
going away for you know, for life, but she fucked up.
18 months.
You know, I mean, and I think that's fair. To be honest with you, you know,
in my
more
opinion,
than
this is
fair.
fully her fault. And you know, I actually want to bring up the
I agree.
culpability of Alec Baldwin. He's on trial next. I don't think he's culpable at all for anything.
You know,
I don't
David
either.
Hall. Dave
in a
Hall
way-
is who should be fucking on the hook as well. The guy that took the plea, dude. He handed.
Yeah. I don't know. With Alec, you've got to
Handed
check
Alec
the
the
gun.
gun.
If the scene, like,
It's
let's
not
say
his
his
job,
character
though,
was
right?
depressed, and they're like, okay, and this time you've
It
got to
actually
play
is.
Russian roulette.
He's
You fucking bet your ass he would check the gun that there's not real bullets.
Actually,
Dave
this
Halls was
brings
in
up a good
control of
point.
safety on the set.
He was fucking around. Yeah,
so they were
exactly.
actually, as far as I understand, they were just blocking the scene. They weren't even shooting yet. And he when the incident
Right.
happened, there was literally no
Yeah, but
reason for the gun to even be on the set at that point.
Well, no, I mean, when they're blocking
but
the
he wanted
set,
it there.
there actually was a reason for it to be on the set because they're trying to block the scene and it was a tight shot. So like the director was telling him, "This is what I want you to do," because like that whole
They
thing
never
came
needed to
out
pull the
when
trigger.
Jay.
I mean,
I don't know. Like that's like whatever the direction was. 'Cause
ammo
he's
didn't
the
need
actor.
to be in the gun.
Like in that role, but that's not Alec Baldwin's thing. That's
no, I'm
that
not
was the
blaming
thing
Alec for
about
that at all. No.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like Lisa broke that shit down for me in a way that I understood. Like because ultimately, it's going to depend on like I'm not holding an actor responsible when there's fucking a million people on the set that all have specific jobs, especially when you're dealing with weapons. I'm not putting it on the fucking actor to be checking the rounds. Like if my stupid ass was on there, I've fucking shot guns twice in my life. I would have no fucking idea. I would be completely dependent on it. I know Alec Baldwin's worked in movies with fucking guns, but he's not an armorer.
Yeah.
He's a fucking actor. And you have to be able to rely on the people that you're working with and trust that they're doing their job properly. You know, because like Lisa really broke that shit down for me in a way that by the end of that live last night, I'm like, Baldwin is off the hook in my world. There's no way I'm convicting him if I'm on the jury.
That's something I
she
wanted to
just
bring
broke
up.
it down.
Because go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, as someone who like practices gun safety, as an actor, I can't imagine the scenario, but because it's got to be different because you have to present the gun, you have to, like, I would be arguing for a fake gun or something, but
Or
Last night
CGI.
they were arguing
Don't
for
point-
CGI guns.
you don't point the gun at, even if it's unloaded, you don't point it at somebody. I wouldn't be comfortable pointing a gun at somebody unless I checked it myself, and there was nothing in the chamber. Nothing in the chamber. If there's a dummy round in the
Right.
chamber, if there's a blank in the
Right, I feel
chamber,
the same
I'm
way.
not pointing it at somebody.
One cool thing that Elisa said last night that was amazing was like an actor in that position, they're getting ready to do their role. Like she even said, sometimes they're mumbling to themselves, right? Like they're not even here. Like they're in this
Right, they're in
character
the moment.
realm, in the moment,
Right.
trying
Yeah,
to
dude,
stay in
they're-
character, get
they're-
in character, whatever it is. I mean, they're being handed this gun. I mean, they're not. I mean, yeah, I don't blame. Even when this story first came out and everyone was going hard on Alec, I was like, well, that's because he's a famous dude, right? Like, why would they be going after the actor? It's not his fault. And then I learned a little bit more. And I mean, if he hired Hannah, that takes it to
Still
another
not his
level.
fault. It's still not his fault, though.
But yeah, I don't
It's
think
still not his
I don't
fault.
think he's
It's
on the
like-
hook like Hannah or even fucking Halls.
Well, Halls was the guy. Like he should never have been like an intermediary. He should never have had the gun after because that muddies the issue. Like why the
She
fuck
wasn't even in
hasn't
the
Halls
room.
been arrested?
Yeah, dude.
I know. Like why
Yeah.
hasn't Halls been arrested? That's the real question. You know, I mean, to me, he's the guy who was the last person to handle the weapon prior to Baldwin getting it. You know, and if he's going to be playing that fucking role, because the way that I understand it from Lisa is that no one touches the weapons except for the armor. Period. That's the end of the fucking story,
That's what
right
it should
there.
be,
That's
yeah.
it. What's up, Gambies? You know, so like as far as like, and I don't care what the verdict is in this one. To me, they're completely different issues. You know, like this is somebody whose job, like, say for instance, she was a straight prop person, right? And like her thing was there was a scene they were doing a movie like fucking Scarface where there's huge amounts of fucking blow and they're using whatever substitute blow there is. And
You don't
know,
need
she
to with
happens
Hannah.
to
She's got
use-
you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. So say she has a vial of her own shit, her personal use shit in her little fucking fanny pack, And then she's got the fake shit that she's going to be using for the props in the movie that you're going to be filming tomorrow. She hasn't fucking hit her shit. Her normal dealer's not around. She bought some street shit. It's fucking laced with fentanyl. She fucking accidentally lays out the fucking fentanyl and the fucking actor dies. It's the same fucking thing to me.
Still her
You
fault.
know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
same
no.
sloppiness, and it's her responsibility ultimately. You know, I mean, so
Yeah.
I mean, you can
she's
relate
on the
this
fucking
even.
hook on this one.
This is at its base a workplace accident where somebody died. I mean, you could relate it to a factory where somebody died because whoever was in charge of making sure the machine was safe failed their job. And if the prosecutor wants to press charges for that happening, they can, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
this
I
is
mean,
a
if somebody
workplace
loses their
accident.
fucking life,
Yeah.
but it was an accident, non-accident. You know, I mean, clearly there's not an intent. You know, because I'm not buying the sabotage thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I don't
that's-
think that anybody sabotaged it.
Right.
I'm entertained,
that's
but yeah, I don't
fucking
think that honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, right. It's like I'm always up for a good conspiracy, but like that's fucking like that did not happen here. It was just sloppiness, you know. I mean, there should never have been live rounds introduced anywhere around the set. Hannah shouldn't have had them in her room in the hotel. Like, what the fuck does she have live ammo for
It's
at any
insane,
point?
dude.
You know, I mean,
Well,
like
they
when
were
you're working on
practicing, right? They were practicing. They were training them how to shoot guns, so they were.
They
were
should be doing
practicing
that
with live
not on
ammo.
that set. They should. I mean,
But it should always be
Nah,
kept
yeah.
separate, of course, right?
Yeah,
But
well,
I'm just
yeah,
saying why they had
no,
live ammo
100%.
around.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't have been on the set.
Well, defense is suggesting that the bullets came in the box with the blanks, and that's why the guy who sent them wanted them all gone. He wanted all the bullets thrown away and was helping the other lady that defense is calling as a witness, who was like throwing away bullets on set after the incident.
Hey, they said Mermaid Mary Dizzy Halls was charged, and I guess he pled out.
Yeah, he took
So
a
there's
plea.
that.
Oh wow,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
That's good to know, because fuck him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just got probation. I think 6 months unsupervised probation is what he's got.
What was he charged with?
What did they offer her? Does anybody know what they offered Hannah? Did they offer her a deal? Is
I
anybody
don't
aware?
know. Somebody earlier said she should
Dizzy.
have took it, but yeah, I was like, I don't even know if she's got offered anything.
Right.
Was he also
Dizzy,
charged with
figure out-
I
manslaughter?
don't know.
David Hall, 63, was charged with negligent use of a deadly weapon in connection with the October 2021 shooting. So,
Yeah, Dizzy will figure it out. Dizzy, or if Fofa's in here, like the usual resident geniuses. will
Dizzy's
fucking
insane, dude.
figure
She's
some
got
shit out.
the
Dizzy-
wildest shit,
Dizzy's-
dude. Like, I've got the
she's-
actual
she's
police
fucking-
reports in front of me because of her. Like, it's crazy.
No, she's fucking amazing, dude.
It's
Like that
insane.
Discord server she just created for us, you know. Like, she
Dude.
did that for us, you know, with every fucking case that's coming up. She's gonna
Mhm.
load those fucking things up with everything that we need for those cases. She's fucking amazing, man. She
Oh,
deserves to
whoa.
be paid.
Right there.
There you
Plea
go.
deal is sealed because she declined.
Mm.
Ah,
Shit.
thanks, Diz.
Dude, Dizzy does need to be paid. No, you're 100% right, dude. She fucking
Dude,
rules, man.
Dude, like, I fully intend on paying Dizzy, so I've told her as much too.
We're growing
Like,
this
when the
thing,
morning,
baby.
yeah, dude, when the morning drop starts, man, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna have to be compensating people. I have a hard time with people like doing things for me and not compensating. But it's like all of our mods are fucking amazing.
They do killer
You know,
work,
and they do
dude.
it out of the kindness of their heart. No, dude, it's like, and they're there, like every time.
They treat it like a
Mhm.
job.
So,
Like, I mean,
It's-
they
it's
do.
well, it is a
amazing.
job.
It really
Like,
is.
it
It's
is
commendable.
is a fucking job, and they're amazing, and I'm
Yeah.
so grateful to each and every one of them because they're all phenomenal. You know, I mean, it's fucking unbelievable to me. We love you right back, Diz.
Yeah, no,
All
she's
of
amazing.
you, all of you mods are fucking amazing.
And
And I
got a-
always forget, man, towards the end of the lives, you know, it's like I'm the people I'm most grateful for. I always fucking forget. And I'm like going into the Discord, I'm like, I fucking love you guys. You know, so like
I
the
forgot.
next one I'll triple thank them, you know, because it's like it is a job. It's work.
Oh,
man.
100%, dude.
Especially, you know, with my shit where I've got like divided worlds that jump into my fucking stream. You know, they're in the shit, man, you know, and
Yeah.
and I want people to come into my lives and debate.
Yeah,
I
that's
fucking
that's
was
always-
a lawyer for 20 years. I'm not trying to fucking block anybody from fucking having their own opinion.
Yeah.
Bring it, but just be civil. That's all.
Yep.
I do it all
Be
the time.
decent.
You know, like every day. It's like just you don't have to be a fucking dick to, you know, to have a debate with somebody. Use your fucking brain. come forward with an argument, because I'll debate it with anybody who's got, and my thing with any case that's going, we don't know shit until trial, period. I think that fucking Allen, like in that case in particular, leans innocent because of my experience with PCAs and just I know what evidence, if they have more, then he's going down. And I'm fucking thrilled about it. It's like people misconstrue me as being like pro Allen. I'm pro Constitution. That's what I am. Like, and that is no fucking bullshit. I took an oath to uphold it when I got sworn in as an attorney 23 fucking years ago, and I take it seriously, period. And people don't want to fucking talk. It's like I give Adam a little shit online. It's like we have to wait for the trial but everything now is speculation from both sides. The fucking Odinist shit, it may be complete bullshit. I don't fucking know, but I ain't sweating the defense because they get their fucking theory out there because the state gets to do it on every fucking case, every case, everywhere, and has for all times. When the PCA comes out, that's a theory of the state. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing more. They weren't there when the crime was committed. They don't fucking know. They're looking at the evidence and they're construing it the way that they felt, and they're adamant about it. They believe in their cases, when they fucking pick somebody else. And a vast majority of the time, they're fucking right. But they're not right every time. You know what I mean? Because like one thing kind of stuck with like that Adam had said a while back, which I thought was an astute comment. He's like, like
which one?
Like, think about, it was probably a few months ago. You were like, think about like big fucking cases. Like, how many times have they ever gotten it wrong?
The court TV cases, yeah.
Yeah, just like in general, through time. Forget about even court TV. Just like any big cases, like how often have they ever gotten the wrong perp? And typically never. Like I obviously think OJ did it. So I think they still got the right one there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Right.
for the most part, like 99.9% of the time, I think they get the fucking right guy. When you get into the masses of crimes beyond murder, they get the wrong guy, too much.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're talking
because nobody reports on those. Yeah.
Right. Like no one gives a shit about the little shit. And that's the bulk of what my job is dealing with fucking just felonies and DVs and fucking burglaries and drug deals and all that other shit. Murder's a different beast altogether. And typically when they're going in on somebody, they typically have them. You know what I'm saying? And if they did the job right, and I don't have a motion to file, then they're going to get the fucking conviction. I mean, that's facts, and I don't like, as long as the state proves their shit up and the cops did their shit right, I'm satisfied, because my job is to protect the Constitution, make sure the cops did their job right, make sure that they didn't violate anybody's rights. Because if we don't call them on that when they do it, like on a shitty Fourth Amendment type search with no probable cause, and they're just going in and they're being sneaky about it, because there's nothing more frustrating for a cop than knowing who the fucking guy is and not having the evidence to get him. You know what I mean? Like, where they just fucking
that would
know.
be the worst, dude.
And it happens.
Like, you fucking know.
Like it.
It was like in Texas recently until they got it.
Exactly. I mean, it's what it was with Gacy. Like when you get to episode 6 through 10 on my shit, like I just broke that fucking massive story, and but that was like a lone wolf lieutenant, and they all fucking knew it was Gacy. They all knew, and they followed that motherfucker around for 10 days, and he's not a fucking idiot, so he's not killing people while he knows that there's a 27. Thanks, Joe.
Hey, I've seen Joe go after some defense attorneys on Twitter, and I always enjoy it, honestly.
I would hope so.
I always enjoy seeing Adam and Bob kind of go at each other too. Ain't gonna lie. Like, I love it, dude. A good debate is where it's at, man. Fucking echo chambers and everyone's
for a living.
Dude, everyone in the chat saying the same shit. Everybody on the show saying the same shit. That's fucking boring, man. Like,
it's fucking boring. If people don't understand, like, I argued for a living. Like, I love it. It was my favorite thing about the job. The rest of it sucks. Dealing with the client sucks. Dealing with the fucking.
How much time did you put into your opening statements?
Oh my God. Well, Allie was the opener. So Allie would do the opening statements typically, and then I would do the closings typically, and we'd put a ton of time into them. I mean, it's like you're really, and I think it's divided. Depending on the case, there's many people that feel like if you get a group of attorneys that are trial lawyers together, and you ask them, how much do you think the opening statement impacts the jury? Can you win cases on the openings? And I think that you can. If you have a very compelling opening,
Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful, man. It sets the tone for the entire trial, and if they're done properly, they can be extremely effective to where it's almost impossible to rebound, because basically that's where you're throwing your theory of the case out there, and you'll know from the defense side of it right away. If they're leaning into a fucking reasonable doubt case, like that's our last resort. You know what I mean? It's like, you do not want to have to go in and just, you're hoping that they can't make their burden. That's like, that a defense attorney has a shit fucking case when that's what they're relying on. Like, oh, well, I hope they can't meet their burden. And, we'll try to like put some reasonable doubt in there. It's like, that's not what you want. I mean, if you've got a case, you either want to have it alibied up or some kind of an affirmative defense, and it's like, typically the cases that are the toughest, believe it or not, are like assault cases where you're using a self-defense claim, and in those types of cases, a vast majority of time, you have to put the defendant on because they have to give their side of the story, because essentially with a self-defense claim, they're admitting that they assaulted the other person, but they were saying that the assault was as a result of them defending themselves. So like, but those could be challenging, it was like, I forget what trial that was with Jay was running it. It was with the cat who was up, the dude whose brother was a football player, or he was the football player, and he fucking pulled out the gun when this crew of dudes like Rudolph or Randolph, he'll say it in the chat, but like that was like a tough case. Like where if you have a bunch of dudes rolling up on your crib, threatening, putting guns to your head and shit, do you have a right to defend yourself? And that's like that's why I love that Crumbly case. Like I loved it and I hated it but from like the law nerd side of it, it was such an important case. And I was adamant about her being guilty. Because you know what? I've got 4 fucking kids, and I know what the fuck is going on in my kids' lives.
Right. Yeah, even
and like to me, as soon as they handed her that paper in that school that said help me, I'm fucking out of there with my kid immediately, and I'm having a heart-to-heart with my kid and saying,
that
my
case,
God, what's wrong?
There weren't signs just here and there. It was literally right in front of their face.
Right.
And
I can't even imagine a staircase so tiny that I can get that far without it being a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, how close were the steps for her to get from where you should be to there?
Exactly.
I can't imagine.
It's crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. So, I mean, my angle on that case is that, and it was very divided in the country. And that was really why I wanted to cover that case, because it is going to change how law enforcement is going to treat parents in this country.
Can you guys hear me?
Forward. I can hear you.
Yes.
Why?
Everybody in the chat was saying all of a sudden they couldn't hear you, Bob. I was like, what the fuck? Because I still see you.
Can't hear me?
No, I could hear him the whole time. I could hear him.
Oh, yeah.
what about
Mermaid
now?
Mary said I went mute.
Does it seem okay?
Yo, testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2.
You look still
that, Bob. They said
you still look good on my side. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. They're saying
he come
they
back?
can't hear me.
He's back. That's
Can
weird.
you all hear me?
That's fucking weird. Okay, sorry about that.
Did
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, they can
I
hear
will
you.
say for a second while you guys were talking, I probably looked really serious for a second. Like I thought something did happen because like my chat just like went down and I was like, what the fuck? But it came back. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, y'all. I'm not going to go through it again. It was super interesting.
It's okay. Yeah.
I think it was just a second.
was
I think
bad.
it wasn't all of it.
believe
No. It was just a second. I don't think they lost all of it. Basically, as soon as I said something is when they started saying it.
Yeah, I wasn't peeping the chat. Thanks for asking, y'all. Scout's good, man. They discharged her, and I was able to make it, so I could hang with the boys tonight. So she's in good shape. So
That's good,
thank you for
dude.
asking. I appreciate that.
I know how it feels. When I was young, I actually had a couple of asthma attacks that I had to be in the hospital for, and it's
It
not
was
fun.
scary, dude.
It's very
Dude,
scary.
It's not.
I have
it
a
was
I have a
fucking
horrible
scary.
horrible memory for you, Dan. I don't know if you remember this, dude. I tried to kill you. So we're like out playing kickball out in the fucking, with the neighborhood kids, dude. And like Dan starts out, Dan's on
Oh,
my
I do
team.
remember this. Yeah.
Do you remember this? Dude, all of a sudden Dan starts having a fucking asthma attack. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, dude, you get the fuck back here. We're playing kickball. Where the hell are you going? You're on my team, bro. And he's like running to the house. Dude, I'm running with him. Like, you motherfucker, where are you going? What are we doing? And dude, he can't even talk. And we get to the house and my mom and dad were there. And like, dude, like, Dan's like just doing this basically. I can't do anything, and like he was literally having an asthma attack and like freaking out. And I was chasing him, just like,
in that instance, I was
we got a
actually
game to win.
in that instance. I was
Steve was
mostly
into
fine.
the fucking game, man.
I just needed my inhaler. I didn't have my inhaler on me, so I was like freaking out.
Dude, he just started leaving. I was like, where are you going, bro? No,
But I remember. Do you remember
Yeah.
me actually having to go to the hospital in the middle of the night?
I think
had an
so.
asthma
Actually, I think I
attack.
remember
I
that
was
one time
Scout
too.
last night, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
was
scary.
Same
though.
shit with Scout. It was like 11 o'clock, man. And
Wow.
like she had
Was she already in bed?
gotten out of bed. Yeah, she was in bed and she had gotten out and she's like, I'm like having a hard time breathing. And Allison was immediately like hospital. And I'm like, man, let her take her flow vent and see if that evens shit out. And Allison's like, I've been wanting to bring her to the hospital with that fucking cough for like 2 weeks. It's like I just don't trust doctors. Like fundamentally, I don't trust them. I just don't, it's like, I just know that like in any profession, you're going to get fucking shitbirds, and it's scary when they've got their, your life in their hands. And it's like, we don't have like great hospitals around us. You know what I mean? It's like everybody is going to be closer to the city. All the top doctors will go to the higher paying hospitals. And like, we're kind of out in the
Dude, this
the
is
country
literally
a bit.
all I talk about, bro. Like we're in the fucking
it's scary,
worst,
man.
the worst,
We have the worst
the worst
hospitals,
doctors around us, bro. Like we got to drive about 2 hours to get a good hospital or
Yeah.
doctor. Just too
Yeah,
fucking
that's
far
brutal.
if you're having a heart attack or a
Exactly.
stroke, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, way out in the country, it's rough. These old folks.
Oh
man.
my God. Yeah, it's got to be like if you have a grabber out around you, Adam, it's probably you're done. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, basically, because you got to wait for the farmer who's the EMT to maybe get the page that he
Jesus,
should go
wow.
check it out. Like they're all
Damn.
volunteers.
right.
That's rougher
Wow.
than what we have.
Are you that deep in the
Our
sticks,
hospitals
Adam?
suck.
Shit.
Yeah. I got to drive 15 minutes to get
You
to my
have, you
first
have a
traffic
town
light.
doctor.
Wow.
It's a long way.
Wow.
Sound-
We do. We have an Amish guy up the
That's
road that's a
wild.
town doctor, and he gives you like herbal medicines. Like he's like a witch doctor.
Oh, he gives you some.
People love him though. They come from all
bet
over
he's
the
actually-
place.
Yeah,
too.
He's probably doing better
homeopathic
than
shit.
some of the medical doctors.
Yeah, he does. It's what it is. It's all, and he's got and he mixes it.
Yeah.
So he's like, you need some cranberry, this, and he'll
I
make it
fucking
for
love
you in little capsules right
homeopathic
there.
shit, man.
That's
I'm a
actually
huge
kinda
fan
cool.
of homeopathic.
Yeah.
Yeah, throughout the
Yeah.
course of my life, I've taken very, very little prescribed shit, like at all, and I'm allergic to penicillin. So
Yeah, I don't take it either. I won't even take.
I hate it.
Some
I
of
got
our
to the
stuff,
point in my
you know.
life in the last year where I basically have to take medicine for blood pressure, and dude, it's the worst.
I've been on
Like, I
blood
just-
pressure medicine for 10 years.
Yeah, I
I've
didn't.
been unhealthy for a long
I
time, bro.
don't want
Holy
to take
shit.
any kind of medication.
That's actually what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to get healthy, dude. All I do is drink water and coffee, and I'm like just eating really well now. Like I just really eat fish, chicken, steak, fucking bananas, apples,
Good man.
strawberries, grapes, like vegetables.
yeah,
fucking,
if you can ace the processed sugar out of your life,
Dude,
man, it's
I'm
gonna
working
be
hard.
fucking
Huge
huge,
difference.
dude.
working hard on that. Well, I've said this. I'm sure you guys have even heard me say it on Twitter or something. But I went and got a bad blood test, and
Yeah,
it was actually 2 in a row because the first one I said, fuck it, whatever, I got this. And I just kept eating like an idiot. And then the second time she was like, yeah, it's still not good. I was like, man, I don't know why the second time it hit me, dude, but I've been I'm even trying to like walk on a treadmill, which is super crazy. Like just trying to get
that's good, man.
it together, man.
That's fucking
Dude,
well,
37.
yeah, I mean, the older,
bro, it hit
that's what
and
I'm
it's
saying,
over.
but the old yeah, I mean, but the older you get, man, you gotta take care of the temple, bro. You only get one, man.
Dude,
and it's
yeah,
like it took
yeah.
my ass forever. Like I really didn't start getting healthy until like I was fucking 50, because you know, I lived with my old man who did not cook. So like from 12 on, you know, so I spent the 6 years of my life from high school or from like, you know, what they call junior high here through high school eating like a fucking savage, like just processed shit, fast food
Right.
every fucking night, pizzas, like nothing healthy ever. And that of course translated into me doing it throughout. And you know, and I knew how to cook. So when I decided, you know, like, all right, I'm done fucking abusing myself and eating like shit. Like you got to cook. Like if you can cook, fucking cook, it's going to change your life. You know what I mean?
I do cook. I've been cooking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That's
cooking
the key,
actually.
man. Cooking's super fucking like relaxing.
It's great.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
really is.
It's a craft. You
Yeah.
can perfect it and hone
really
it and
is.
shape it.
Yeah, and you can make shit that's delicious. If you know how to season food, you can make
Yeah.
anything delicious. You know, that's facts. Because the shit you buy at the store is all fucking horrific tasting, man. Any of that processed shit is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And we're all like so
And
addicted
it's getting
to
worse all the time.
It is.
I'm
It
training
is.
myself now to get away from that because
Smaller
dude,
and
it's like
shittier.
every day you could just go and scarf down a fucking cheeseburger from McDonald's or something and get the feel, but I mean, it's not good, dude. Like, it's fucked me
No,
up.
it's not.
Bad. I mean, well, not bad, but I think
and I don't trust anything that they say is organic. You know, that's prepackaged. I think they're all full of shit.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, yeah,
they're
sure,
getting you the
but
extra
sure, it's
dollars off.
organic.
They're just finding a way to raise the price.
Yeah,
I mean,
The Amish by me do
Oh,
organic
dude.
milk, and they're surprisingly on their ass about it. They check the soil and everything to make sure there's no chemicals, and they got to wait years.
I would
for their
trust
farm
the
to-
Amish.
I was gonna say,
Pass the
like,
test.
Adam, you probably got like a fucking killer like farmers market around you, right? Like with the fucking.
Oh, it's incredible. Literally every 10 feet is like eggs and
That's so
vegetables.
That's
Yeah, it's
amazing.
great.
My wife
That's
would
fucking
love
amazing.
an area
Yep,
like
I love
that.
it.
Ah, man.
And like just the meat shop from the farmer that raises the meat that he sells at his meat shop. It's good.
Yeah, dude. Like that's the one good thing that we have around us. We've got a fucking killer butcher. Like the guy, like the Serenes is a fucking great butcher.
It makes
Yeah,
a
As
that's
difference.
far as I
man.
know, we just have like Walmart and Food City and like shit like that. There's retail stores. So, like we
Right,
don't have
yeah.
a local place, do we, Stevie? As far as I know.
yeah. In what is it? The Food City out here? They got a butcher in there.
But it's not local though, right? That's
Right,
like
that's
Oh,
different.
right. No,
That's like-
yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no.
yeah.
I bet you there is.
Yeah,
one.
this
There's
guy's
gotta
like-
be a deli in
if
the
we
city
did
There's
somewhere.
gotta be
Digging
Yeah,
or something.
Some
there's
dude with
definitely
half a
butcher.
pig hanging behind
my
him.
I may
bad.
just not know. Yeah.
fucking cutting that thing
I
up.
just don't know the
Yeah.
right people.
Dirty apron. That's where you need to be.
Wow, whole cow.
Bloody.
I need a cow,
Mhm.
sir.
Yeah. I've got buddies that do that.
I got a
They'll
buddy,
fill their
Eric
entire
did that,
deep freezer with fucking
Dan.
like
A
yeah.
whole
Yeah,
cow.
we
It
do.
gets
was a
them through
butcher?
like 6 months, 7 months
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he
with
was
a
a
butchered
butcher.
pig or
Yeah.
butchered cow. Yeah.
He's not a butcher. He what, Dan?
You said Eric did that?
He didn't. He bought a whole cow.
Oh,
He
gotcha,
didn't.
gotcha.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't do it. That'd be crazy. That would be dope.
Yeah, Mandy was saying that like COVID, which it caused a lot of people to have to start fucking cooking. So I mean, that was like a blessing in disguise. You know, I think it was forced us to have to, you know, like I was the guy that went out to the market, you know, and would go shopping and bring all the food back. And we had like 6 people, 7 people in our pod, you know, and they would never go out. And then we'd fucking cook huge meals, and it was great, man, you know. And it was like I'll never get to spend that much time with my kids again. Like to me, that was such a there were a lot of things that I loved about COVID, like in that shutdown. Like I loved the fucking world getting shut down, man. I did, you know. It's like
I did too.
I'm ready to
actually
go
makes
back to
sense.
basics as it is. Y'all
Dan-
know how I am with the
Hold
fucking
on.
AI
Dan is
shit.
still living the same when the world was shut down. What are you talking about? Dan's not stopped
love it.
working from
Have you given him
home.
his Christmas
That's
present yet?
Dan's been living this life, bro, since COVID.
I love it, man.
relishing in it.
Good on Dan.
Ours hasn't changed at all
It's
out
the
here.
best.
Yeah,
It was
Fucking
the
love it.
same before COVID, during, and after. Just deep country.
See, I never
Adam,
stopped.
it's
I
like-
never
see
stopped
anybody
going
anyway.
out. I still
Adam,
had to go
you're-
to work and shit.
Are you in Arkansas, dude? Is that what state you're in?
No, New York.
Oh.
Western New York.
Oh, you're in Western New York. All right. I thought for some reason I thought you were in
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Arkansas. I don't know why. That's
No.
where
Because
like
of
all
all the
my
country
mom's
dog.
people are all. Yeah,
I've never been.
down south.
I would like
Yeah.
to. No, anywhere west.
Really?
I've been up and down the East Coast, but that's
No
it.
shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of like
it's,
where
I
we're
mean-
from. That's kind of what
Like, I've
people
been
do.
over
They
a
just
few,
go up
like
and down the
Michigan.
East Coast.
Yeah,
They really
Michigan's
don't go
nice.
west very often.
Yeah.
like the Bible Belt's pretty fucking flat and nondescript, you know, like everywhere, like kind of the middle of the country is not much to see, to be honest with you, until you get into, you know, the West, when you start cruising through like the West and Colorado and Utah and Wyoming and New Mexico. They're fucking, it's like New Mexico is like going through Mars, you know, the red rocks are
That would be
fucking
cool,
unbelievable.
actually.
Man.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
It's like
The
that's
farthest-
worth driving, you know.
The farthest west I've probably been is somewhere in Tennessee, I would imagine.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are fucking, you need to get it.
Yeah, it's weird. East Coast, man. It's like we just go up and down the coast.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the
I
farthest
don't
I've
blame
actually
you.
been from here is Chicago. I drove to Chicago once.
I mean, you got the Atlantic, you know, you got a fucking ocean. Like I'd pretty, if I got, like Allie's an East Coaster
Right.
too, and she was the same. Like she really hadn't been, like that's what they did. They went up and down the coast. You know, it would be like the summers on the Jersey Shore, like Margate and shit, and then, you know, like Florida, and then you know the Carolinas, and you know, I mean, so it was like basically just following the ocean all the way down the Atlantic, and you know, I mean, what else do you need? Like she's a beach girl, like wherever, like we want to get out of Illinois, but we're having a hard time figuring out like where do we want to land, you know?
Where are you
'cause
thinking?
I want to be somewhere where there's, I don't know, man. Like, and I've really put a lot of thought into it. You know, I really have. And
I think
it's a
for
tough.
I've thought about for asthma reasons, like California, they say is good for for people with asthma.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle California. Like, if I was to do California,
I wouldn't want to
do
live in like a crazy city in California, but there's tons of beautiful spots in California. Still.
Yeah, I'd want to be like north of San Francisco, probably. You know, like closer to like to Washington, or Oregon up there. Plus I like seasons, man. You know, I really do. I like fucking, like I'm accustomed to seasons.
I could do without winter
fall.
forever. I could just goodbye.
You know, it's like the older you get, the worse it gets, dude. That's no question.
That's where I'm now, dude.
Like,
it's every year, it's just like
There isn't really a place that doesn't have winter that has like a mild summer though. Like the summers are so brutal when you don't have, like in Florida, for example, there's no winter, but
that's California
the summer
again.
is
California
so
is
insanely brutal.
is the most mild.
Or Arizona.
It's beautiful.
Arizona's like fucking. It's, you know, like that's what we did for the first 3 months of like COVID. Like I found out, my buddy worked for the Tollway Authority, and he told me that the fucking governor was shutting the state down like 2 days ahead of time. So I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go rent a fucking car and we're gonna just drive out to Arizona. I'll find an Airbnb. So we packed up the dog, the kids, my son and his then fiance fucking followed us out, and we had two friends that were in the music industry that just had moved out to LA, so they were freaking the fuck out. We're like, yo, come stay with us. I'm gonna because at that point Airbnbs, they were giving them away, you know, and then like we ended up staying out there like bouncing around from Airbnb for like 3 fucking months, and it wasn't like overly, and it was such a like a game changer for me because it's like it was the first time they had shut the courts down ever, you know, so it was like the first time I got a breather, like to get out of that shit for like an extended period of time, and it allowed me to reset, you know, everything. So it was like huge for me, you know. And it was it would like I hate to say it because I know that a lot of people lost their lives in COVID, but it was a fucking game changer for me, man. It just was.
Shout out to Keystone Pirate for this picture.
That's incredible.
I love him. It's fucking great. Between Phil, you know, Phil and fucking Keystone,
dude,
and of course Stevie.
Man,
there's the best crew out there,
dude.
man.
Bob's picture over there doesn't even look photoshopped.
Oh, dude, it looks perfect. It actually looks perfect, bro. Like it goes right into the neck.
Mandy or Stevie made the cow bob emoji on like my shit. Like Stevie's always doing the AI shit. I'm like, Stevie, you know I hate AI. I'm like, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm like, when he did the thing for the morning drop, I'm like, because it was Mandy's concept, and then like Stevie ran with it and fucking used his creative juices to just fucking, you know, come up with like a bunch of cool images. And I'm like, man, yeah, that's fucking, like, I loved when Mandy came up with the concept like immediately. Like she's like, this is what I'm thinking, because I had told her, I'm like, we want to do this like morning show. And Cow Bob, Mandy, did your sister have the baby or babies? I did you say that it was twins that were coming? I thought Mandy may have said twins, but I know that your sister, that you were aunting. So I was curious if your sister gave birth.
The
'Cause you've been
anxiety
gone
of
for a
twins,
minute.
I couldn't do it.
Oh,
nuts.
dude, could you, man? It's like it's kind of nice to get them. It's kind of nice to get it done though, and like in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like get
that's
them.
true.
It's like a ton of work early, but like when they get to like 3, 4, 5, and then like you kind of have them both at the same time. Not till July. Yeah, twin girls.
Oh shit, still got a minute.
Oof.
Nice.
Damn.
That's why you got 2 hands.
Yeah.
One for each.
Lord.
Yeah, it's gonna be a load.
Don't envy that.
Man, he's gonna be a busy aunt. That's for sure.
Yeah, she's got the cool job. She gets to be the aunt. She gets to spoil
and I guarantee you, Mandy is the fun aunt.
Oh, dude,
no
I bet so.
There-
She probably
there's
would be
no
a
question
hilarious
about
fucking aunt, bro.
For sure.
Yeah,
and then
dude, she's
like
fancy.
I bet her mom, or her sister is gonna be like the mom, gonna be like, oh, what the hell have you been telling these kids? She's wild.
Yeah, she's the best, dude. She's the fucking best. Yeah. So what are you fellas thinking? Like, I didn't have the opportunity to watch the openings today. Adam, we're like, just if you were on the jury, and they say, you know what, fuck it, we're not
what
gonna
I know
put any
right
evidence
now?
on you. Yeah. What are you thinking?
I think I would have to go guilty on her.
Yeah.
Easy.
That makes sense, dude.
It's her responsibility. It's in the job title. Even if they tell you
agree.
not to do it, it's your responsibility. You got to fucking do it.
I agree, man.
Your milk truck, you got to pre-trip it before you go. If the guy at the farm says don't pre-trip the milk truck, just go. You still got to fucking pre-trip it.
Because that's on you. I mean, that's what they teach you, man.
It's the job.
Yeah.
It's
Unless they
literally
can
the job.
unless they can prove that someone nefarious slipped a live round into that gun, between the handling of the weapon, then she's guilty to me. Which obviously that didn't
She
happen.
looks all cleaned up.
I'm being silly.
Yeah, she looked like she played in the punk band before.
She cleaned herself up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I know I've seen her in basement shows before.
Yeah, right, exactly. She had a nice little pantsuit on today. I saw that. I caught I jumped into J Street for a hot minute, like when I was at the hospital.
What happened there?
I believe he's a director, and he
David Halls
took me to a cart, to a gray cart.
Was he the first witness
and there was
they
two
called?
guns on the cart.
This is the second witness right here. I don't remember his name, but this is one of the police officers. The first witness, they really didn't show anything, but you could kind of hear the audio. With this one, you can see the body cam and hear it.
And he told me that those weren't the two guns used in the church at that time.
So not the gun you're looking for.
Exactly.
Oh, this is Benavidez, I believe was his name.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, this is right when he got there.
I mean, dude, that must have been fucking traumatizing as shit. You know what I mean? Like,
For real, dude.
oh my god. Like, I can't even kill like a bug around my house. Like, I let fucking spiders out.
That's
and
me
shit.
too, man.
I mean, it's complete.
It's like I'd just be destroyed, man. I hear somebody screaming about the armor.
Yeah, they're looking
Dude,
for
the heat was on her.
Yeah,
Where the fuck are you? What the fuck did you do?
I mean, it's crazy.
But if they circumvented her, I don't know.
So this guy right here,
Yeah,
really never leaves the cart. Like this dude in the hat, who's kind of he seems like he's trying. Who fucking knows? But the dude did not have eyes and did not secure this cart at all.
That's something that I actually didn't know the details of. So it went from her to this Hall guy to Baldwin.
Right, the gun.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Hall's the one that passed it, and that's the way I understand that she gave
That's
it to him
interesting.
from outside the church. She wasn't inside. He brings it into Baldwin and
But
passes
it's
it
literally does the story go that she literally said take this to Baldwin and then that's the end of it, or did he have some responsibility over it as well?
I think because his job is like the safety of the set. So honestly, he should have checked it
So
before he
it's
handed
literally
it to
chain
him.
of command from her to him to the actor.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like what?
Right, and it's a shit rolls downhill type deal.
Yeah, but Lisa,
You know,
was
both guys that
saying-
should have known better are
I think
both
they're
like,
both
"Whoa, we're
fucked."
not the armor. That girl is."
I think they both
Lisa
should
was
be
very
fucked.
clear about that. That's the fucking armor shit, man. You know, like at the end.
But
of the
if he's
day,
responsible
like
for safety on the set, is he supposed to also check her work?
And they're taking
basically?
the
But he's
guns
not
and
the-
just giving her to Baldwin.
he's not the-
Baldwin should
but
know not
it's
to
not the
take them.
armor.
He knows not
Like
to
he
give
has
them to
no
Baldwin.
responsibility.
He's not the
That's-
armor.
That's what I don't know. Does he have any responsibility over the firearm? Or
I don't know
being
either.
used?
But like if you've got a guy that's like over like going to be like over the armor in terms of like he's the last line of defense, then you know what the fuck do you need an armor for? Then that guy, you know what I mean?
That's
It's
a good
like
point too.
The
Hold on.
armor is exactly that. You know, like to me, that's fucking like it's on the armor.
I can see
you
that,
know, like
but Bob,
Jay
I
makes a
think-
good point.
she
They do
introduced
say
live
this guy
rounds.
shouldn't have had the gun. Period. He should have
Okay.
not
So
passed
that
it
clears-
off.
If that's
That is a-
true, then that clears
And
that up.
Baldwin
You
and
know,
him both.
That's
That is
what
a-
that's what I'm saying.
took
Lisa
it.
Lisa
Yeah.
last night, and Jay's live. If y'all didn't watch it and you're watching this fucking case,
Amazing,
you need
dude.
to
I'm gonna
watch
link it
that
right
live.
now.
It was so
Uh,
informative, man.
dude,
It was like
one
especially
of the
for
best
me,
lives
who's
I've
not
ever
a
seen in my
gun guy.
fucking life. Period. Like
It was fucking great. Like they were
Dude.
both super informed and about like different areas of it. You know, you got Alina Burrows, who's just fucking brilliant in what she does, and then you've got Lisa Statman, who just fucking knows her shit. She's like she's a woman who's been on sets for her whole career, so she knows what the fuck she's talking about. Like I loved that live last night. It was like for me, it was
Anybody
such a
check that
great
out.
primer. You know,
That-
and I was like saying, like right in the like
No
Lisa
pun
was kind of
intended.
going on a
Intended.
rant, which I loved, and then she's like, I'm like, oh, if I'm Alec Baldwin's fucking lawyer, I'm hiring Lisa Statman as my expert witness, like what should be happening on the set, you know, and then like right away she said something, I'm like, oh, never mind. She's like something like she's like, there's another reason why I think Alec's on the fucking hook, but then by the end of it, she was like, you know, I don't.
She
see the
made
case
great
against
points. I
Baldwin.
mean, when she
Oh,
really went
dude,
into
they were
what
both-
the mental state
both
of
mad.
Alec in that moment, I mean, he's not thinking about this. He's not.
You're not.
He
He should
can't
be, though.
think
That's
about
the
that.
problem.
He
Yeah.
can't go into a
don't
scene every
put-
time he's
you have
gonna have a
Adam-
gun and think I'm gonna.
If the scene was him playing Russian roulette, you can bet that he would have checked every bullet in that fucking gun. He wouldn't be like,
I don't
"Oh,
know
it's
if he would
fine."
have. I thought
He
that
would've.
exactly.
Actually,
He was
I think
doing
Adam
the
has a great
maneuvers
point there.
that he was warned about.
I think Adam has a great point
I
there.
don't know.
Like you're
man.
not going to put a gun to your head and pull the trigger because somebody told you.
Actually,
it's
I
cool.
wouldn't.
don't
I
care
wouldn't
who
do
you
that
are.
if there
No
was
fucking
anything.
way.
You're not going to use a real gun in that situation in a Russian roulette. No,
You wouldn't want to.
You
I
would
wouldn't
never
think.
do it.
I wouldn't.
Somebody Google and see if they
There's no
use real
chance.
guns in the Deer Hunter, because that deer, like the
Dude,
Deer
that's what I
Hunter
was about to
Russian
bring
roulette
up, bro.
scene-
The deer hunter scene.
Yeah.
Christopher
Yeah,
fucking
for
Walken.
sure.
I want to know, did Walken check every fucking bullet?
I don't know, because that
There's no
sure seemed
chance
like
you
they
would
were
use a
using
real
guns.
firearm. There's no way. In a Russian roulette scene, there's
don't know.
no fucking way.
That was like in
In the 70s, I bet
You
they
can
were.
tell they were
Dude,
blank.
Deer Hunter, I
No.
bet they were.
Yeah.
Hang on. You
Yeah.
can't use blanks in a Russian roulette scene because a blank will kill you if you put it against your head.
No,
well,
it
in a
would have
Russian
to be
roulette
dummies.
scene,
No,
every
no
single click is
projectile
going to be
comes
not explosive except for the one
Well,
that they need to.
understand.
They take the projectile.
But
out
they
and
need to
empty
make
it.
blank-
effects on
No
it.
projectile would come
skill-
out.
All right,
Unless there was a dummy.
blank round, and I promise you, I'm right about this. Is still causes an explosion, right?
Mhm.
A blank round is what killed
Yes.
Brandon
correct.
Lee.
No.
Right.
There was a piece of a dummy
was a
round in the
projectile.
chamber.
Yeah,
Chamber,
that's what
but the
I had
blank-
read. That there was some
Yeah,
metal
yes. Yep.
projectile somehow got
The
in there.
blank caused the explosion, which shot that piece that was in the barrel
Push
out.
the dummy round
Exactly.
out. Right.
A blank round still causes an
So
explosion.
if it were all blanks, you wouldn't
the
have to
pressure
worry
from a
about it.
blank would kill you. The pressure
But
of the explosion.
Would it
In the
really?
deer hunter scene, they're not going to have blanks in the gun. Period.
kidding.
Like they're going to be just click, click, click
Well,
until
that's
the
like
moment
that's
you
what
need
Lisa
the-
was
There
saying.
would
There's
never-
like
there wouldn't
some
be
old
anything in
school
it. It would just
directors
be
that are
empty as
like,
fuck then.
well, but that's what she addressed that, you know, if you've got the wrong director who's like insistent upon things looking like genuine in terms of like there's no way I'm putting a fucking gun in there, especially if it's a revolver where you've got fucking where you can see the ammo, you know, and you're spinning
Mhm.
it. Like she's like, there's just old school directors out there that there's no way that they'd put anything, you know, on film that didn't look authentic. So they'll put in, but like in
Right.
that situation, you got to have a fucking dummy, you know. It's like
Yeah,
though
yeah.
that's
If
when
I
they
was the
use
actor,
dummies and
I
like
would-
shit like
I
that.
would understand what a dummy looks like, and I would check it myself. There's no chance I would do it.
See, and I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like
There's no
I
chance.
like I'm assuming that I would make it my business if I knew that I was going to be in a scene like that to fucking educate myself, so I'm not blowing my fucking
You
head
would,
off.
yeah.
Going to back what
Well,
Adam
he's
was
probably
saying.
made 100 movies with guns, you know.
Yeah, you know, but it's like,
And I guarantee every single time he's
you
going to
know, like-
go into a moment of whatever mindset he needs to get into whatever character, like he can't be thinking about that, honestly. Like she made such a great point last night. He is in another fucking world in that moment. Like he's not even here
Yeah.
with us. He's
but
mumbling
then
his
you got
lines.
like Clooney. Like she was talking, like in Clooney had made that statement publicly. He's like, "There's no fucking way I'm not checking the bullets in the gun before I've got it." You know, he's like, "There's zero chance of it." But every actor, you know, in terms of whatever their method is, isn't the same
different.
person.
Right,
You know what I
it's true.
mean? It's like I mean, you have to be able to rely and trust the people that you're working with, you know, to a certain extent, I would think, which ultimately is what this boils down to. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I think, you know, like, is she culpable? You know, and you know, Helena lost her fucking life because of it.
Yeah,
you know,
dude,
because
that's
this chick
what
was
sucks,
fucking
man.
sloppy as shit, man.
So real
Right.
quick, after the blank discussion and seeing comments and stuff, I just want to make it very clear: blank rounds are not safe rounds. Just so everybody
Right.
knows, they are not safe rounds.
Right.
You cannot
Right.
hold a gun against somebody and shoot a blank, and it's okay. Like the pressure from the barrel is still going to be painful and hurt, and potentially kill somebody if it's against the head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Don't try at
Yeah.
home.
yeah, it was. It was
terrible
People
fucking
seem to
technology.
think that blank rounds are like, you know, nothing happens.
Safe.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. Ultimately,
it's-
it's a
it's,
fucking horrible, horrible situation, dude. And fucking, we got to get through this thing, man. And then we're going to have a fucking. It's interesting, though, I've seen a lot of people say that it's interesting because Alec almost gets like a preview, but it's not going to be the same, really, you know? Like, they're not coming after.
No, because his is two pronged.
Well, everything I've seen so far with her.
holding the gun and overseeing the production.
Yeah, dude, I mean, he's not. They're not going to be coming at him the same way at all. Like, I mean, maybe like
No,
slightly,
because
but
wildly.
everything
Oh,
that
I
they
mean, what'll be clear for us is what his role, like outside of actor, like where he
True.
was in terms of what
If
type
he's
of
running the ship
producer
and
he was.
filming it in Mexico, right?
Exactly. Like
Because if there's no
it might-
union, it's cheaper. He's pissed they're behind schedule. All that shit. Will matter,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like if he's that guy, like if he's the fucking money guy, like in terms of, all right, I'm allocating X, Y, and Z towards X, Y, and Z in terms of what we need, then like he's got some culpability because he fucking went cheap on it. You know, it's like
Right.
in civil practice, they call it, you know, negligent retention. Like if you hire somebody that you know is a fucking piece of shit and you keep them on, like if you have a bouncer that, you know, you find out that the guy's got fucking like, you know, some violent past in his background and you kept him on and he fucking chokes a customer out, you know, civilly you're going to be liable, you know, and granted that's a lower burden, but still
Right.
like that's on you, you know, as the business owner. And it's the same
Yeah.
kind of thing. If like, so I'm curious to see where Baldwin's at, you know, cause I'm not exactly clear what caused them to charge him initially and then drop it only to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Like they're,
Or the gun issue, right, was a big
I don't
part
know.
of it. The FBI broke
I don't
the
know.
gun.
Is
pressure?
that like I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
at
Social
all.
I
media
think that there
pressure,
was
maybe?
some kind of change in the office. Like, I think somebody else got a hold of this case and
The
presented it
prosecutor's
to the-
office.
Somebody else got a hold of this and presented it to the grand jury, and then they decided to indict him again. That's how I kind of understood it.
Okay.
Honestly,
yeah, but like I'm curious as to what caused them to nollie pros it, like initially, like to
To
dismiss the
Get rid of it.
charges.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever it was.
Yeah, I think a big part of it was Baldwin is claiming the gun is faulty, and so they gave it to the FBI for testing.
Maybe
and they
there's
fucking
something
broke
there.
it.
There's-
So how are they going to use a broken gun and say it's faulty?
And
when
there's
you fucking broke
reports-
it?
Right.
It's clearly faulty.
Reports
It's
of two
broken,
misfires
you know?
on the set. Is that because of the faulty gun or the
Yeah, they were.
handler?
I don't know. I just know that 6 of the crew left complaining about
day
safety
before.
issues
That
on
day.
the set, you know.
That's huge, honestly.
So
yeah.
it's like that's
And if it's
like that's a
Baldwin's
problem
movie,
for
too,
Baldwin.
he's pissed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm confused
Exactly.
about the faulty gun.
More weight on his shoulders.
A faulty gun isn't going to
Yeah,
shoot a
100%.
projectile. You know, like the projectile has to be in the gun, as in, i.e., the bullet.
I mean, the bullet, yeah. At the end of the
He's
day,
claiming he
there was a
never
real
pulled the
fucking
trigger.
bullet. You're
He
right.
says he never pulled the trigger.
You're right. No, it's a good point.
Oh, he says he never pulled the trigger,
That's his claim. He never pulled the trigger.
but still, the
So it
live
shouldn't
projectile
matter
was,
because-
was still in the gun. Yeah. when it never
Yeah,
should
but
have been.
Alina broke that fucking shit down too. Like in terms of how that gun. There's only two ways like a gun like that fires. You know, she broke that shit down in terms.
If
of
he had the
like,
hammer
it could
back,
only
then maybe
happen that's what she was saying. You know,
Yeah.
but then the question becomes is why was this finger on the trigger at all?
Yeah,
You know,
because it should
if the
have
hammer
been
was
out.
cocked.
Yeah.
again, they were
Right.
blocking the scene. In my opinion, the gun should have never. He should have never had the gun. I don't think he needed the gun in the first place.
Well, it sounded
And
like
it's-
it was a tight shot, and then when they were blocking the scene, that they actually instructed him to pull the weapon out. You know,
Yeah.
now whether or not they told him to pull the trigger is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
You know, and they were saying that look, like typically you're never going to have the cinematographer or anybody standing in the line of fire there, but like in a tight shot like that where the camera was there. And you know they had the plexiglass up, or I don't know if they did or they didn't. But you know they're all crowding in to look at the shot. You know, so there's that too, which I'm sure during Baldwin's case is going to be, you know, an issue in terms of you know assumption of risk type of deal to a certain extent. So I don't know.
It's because that type of draw is called a crossbody draw, where you pull it from your right hip to your left while you're seated. It's a seated crossbody draw. Apparently, Gutierrez, the defendant who's on trial now, had emailed them that it's an incredibly unsafe thing and that he should
It's the
train
most
and get better at it, and they were just
Yeah.
discarded.
I've heard that too. She wanted him to get more training, and he
Yeah.
wasn't doing it. Right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, the cross draw is
You know,
the
I mean-
most dangerous draw you can do.
So
Because
she's
you're
got
pulling it
some.
across the
She's got
room,
some munitions
basically.
on her
When
side.
you pull it out, you're pulling it across. If there's people in front of you at basically any angle from your body,
Because
You're
when you pull it out, it's
pulling-
coming up
you're
like
waving
this.
it across the entire room.
Yeah. Because it's coming up.
But at the end of
And
the
you're
day,
pulling, like,
it's gonna
against
boil
the
down
trigger,
to
physically.
if she fucking loaded a live round in there.
Yeah,
Like, I
that-
don't give a
that-
shit about the
that's-
rest. You know,
that's
And
the
they showed a
bottom line.
picture today.
That's
She's fucking sitting there next to a box of dummies with one real one in
That's
the
insane.
box.
Yeah.
Mixed in, dude.
But that can't be. That's a bad point, though, and the defense was right on that too. Is because the point of dummy rounds is you can't tell by looking at them that they're dummy rounds.
You can.
I
So
thought
they're
they made a point
validating
that
their
you
own
could definitely
point.
tell. They either have a hole
No,
in
they
the
drill
bottom
out
or
a
you can
side in
shake
it, or
them.
you got to shake it. Right, it was just a bullet sitting in her lap, and the blast cap end was a.
The
different
picture
color,
they
which is
showed, it was
indicative.
clearly different than every other bullet in that case.
Exactly.
I got it on Twitter.
It was
can
different
tell.
than the others, but it wasn't indicative of it being a live round versus a different dummy.
But if you're looking
But
at
if
that
you're
box
sitting-
of rounds and you see 100 rounds with brass firing or primers, and you see one with a silver primer,
But there
you
wasn't.
not
We don't
gonna-
know there was just one. That's the thing. They fucked with the scene before they got the pictures. We don't know where those bullets came
This
from.
right here,
directly.
the only one that looks different.
In that box, yeah, but the other ones could have been silver too. And these are boxes from a prop company. So if they're coming like that from
And
the
I think they
company,
said
that's
there
a
was
problem.
like 50 loose bullets
The-
out and about.
That Sean Kennedy.
Out of like 250, out of 250, there was like 50
Bunch
loose
of
ones
them.
and 6 randomly meshed around.
well, even with that point, she should be inspecting every round before she puts it. in
right. Like at the end of the
right?
day,
Here's the
Absolutely.
fucking art.
putting the fucking bullet in the chambers, she's got to be looking, man. It's like that's her fucking job, you know, like that. Like it doesn't.
And I think that's supposed to be a 2-point thing. Like you do it in front
That
of
makes
somebody
sense.
so they can be like, okay, yeah, I see
Right,
you
that
put
makes
dummy
sense.
That
rounds
does
in
make
it.
sense.
I think the AG
Right here is
who
a
she's
live
supposed to be in
round
front of.
in the fucking gun belt that I think Jensen was wearing.
Now those two, it's very interesting. The one on the far left, which is a dummy round, and then the next one I believe is the live round.
Well, this
Both
is
have
not a
silver
bullet.
primers.
This is a button or something, I think.
No, that's a round.
Is it?
Steve's calling it a
Yes.
button.
I don't think.
Steve
I don't
thinks it's a
think it
button.
is.
Maybe that is 100% a round.
They
Okay.
don't-
I call for a
That's what
brotherly
But that would
wager.
defeat the
brotherly
purpose.
wager.
If you could tell a dummy round by looking
See, I don't
at it,
think I'm
they
seeing what you
failed
guys
and
are
just
seeing
wouldn't
there,
use
but-
rounds at all because it would be safer.
I don't know. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's one of the most intriguing cases of
Yeah, it is
for
crazy.
sure. Like, seen in a minute.
Also,
It's sad too. She's just a kid,
also
you know.
the fact
She
that
had a
they
big
need to
opportunity.
use realistic looking round, like what Adam you were just saying, versus a round like to make dummy rounds completely distinguishable from real rounds, so that you could absolutely easily tell the difference. That's only for like gun buffs that's watching the movie, right? That's going to even care. They see that small
Right.
little
Who's even
detail.
going to pause it and like look at the mag, right? And be like, oh, look at that. There's no blasting cap.
Exactly,
This movie
yeah.
sucks. Maybe people do.
Where's the
My
fucking
brother would.
smoke? Like he just fired.
You're
up, there's
talking
no
about
fucking smoke.
probably
Shit
1% of your audience potentially.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Which
I
My
mean,
brother
that
bitches about
whole-
reloads
it's
in
fucking
movies
silly.
though.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like I catch fucking like editing fuck ups like in every fucking movie. Like after Fight Club came out and they had the fucking scene where he was talking about the cigarette burns that they used to put in actual film when they used to have to change the film out. You know, they put a new reel on, like they'd know that. So like after I watched Fight Club, I forever saw fucking cigarette burns like in fucking movie. Like I couldn't not
It
see
sucks they're not there anymore. When you go to the theater,
I
it's
know,
missing
it
and it's
fucking
weird. You notice
blows.
it's not there. It is, yeah.
I know. It's so fucking it's whack, man. It's like once they went all digital, it's like you lost the fucking art, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The old dude up in the fucking the operating room up there
In the crane.
where the
Yeah.
cameras are just changing the fucking things out.
One of my favorite things is
Old
that you
Brooks
go and
Hadlin.
start reading about a movie or something on IMDb and going down and looking at like the little spoofs and the bloopers and shit. And I love shit like
Yeah.
that, dude.
Yeah, there's like I love that kind of shit though, like where you can like where you see where they like fuck something up, like and there's something that shouldn't be in a scene or in a shot and it's there. Or you'll see like a fucking like I've seen a couple times where I've seen like a boom mic, just like the tip of it, you know, like dip into the shot, man. I'm like, oh, these fucking douchebags. I'm like, how did they miss that? You know what I mean? It's like, how did that make it through editing, like post production and fucking like, you know? But
Because they're
happens.
watching it over and over, like while they're editing, man.
over and over, like frame by frame.
Yeah, it's the same as how you
I will say,
miss
like,
even
when
though
I
you
edit
can
videos,
run
dude, I
more
swear to
times.
God, there's always one little fuck up in there. And I'm watching that shit over and over and doing it. And by the time I drop it, I'm like, okay, let's go. And it's out there, it's done. And then I notice it. I'm like, what? Like,
I think it's because probably when someone's editing a video, you're probably paying attention to so much that you're actually missing the tiny details because you're trying to get like this one part perfect, right?
Yeah.
Or that one part perfect. You're actually missing that just one tiny. Dude, one of my favorites is Back to the Future. At the very end of Back to the Future 3, the little kid puts his finger out like it's a penis, like he kind of waves it around like this at his crotch. Like nobody caught that. He's got this little smirk on his face, and he's doing
Dan
this.
caught it though. Dan fucking caught it.
I
He's
didn't
like,
catch it when I
Somebody
watched
actually
it, but it
did
was-
that in Teen Wolf.
I was about to
That
say the
same
Teen Wolf
dudes.
one. He actually brought his cock
he
out in
actually
Teen
whipped
Wolf.
his dick
Yeah.
out, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with Michael J. Fox movies and
Right? That's two in a row.
He almost died on the set of Back to the Future 3 during the asphyxia scene. When I was looking up Brandon Lee and all these cases of people on
Oh,
movie
whoa.
sets, that's one
What
of them that
happened?
I'd seen. Yeah, when they hung him at the end of the movie when the bad guys caught him. Yeah, and they left him out there. He almost
What
died.
the fuck?
So you found that while
Yeah.
researching movie scenes were with incidents?
So,
Yeah.
How
did you?
interesting.
Yeah. Because they don't happen often because people are careful. and
Right,
they weren't on this
exactly.
movie.
Like I was saying in the chat last night, the last time I remember somebody dying from like a gun accident or shooting accident on a film was Brandon Lee in The Crow. That was it.
Mm.
Mandy says
It's
that
like the only
I
time,
broke
even
the-
in westerns, it didn't happen.
right,
And there
like,
was
even
no,
going all the way
charges
back to like all
for that.
the spaghetti westerns and shit, where there was tons of fucking like,
Mhm.
you know.
So you didn't find any other instances, Adam?
Gunfire
Yeah.
Any
constantly. Yeah.
research?
Not really, other than like stuntmen. Nothing
Yeah, no,
like,
stuntmen, they're
after
doing the risk,
dying,
right? Like that makes
anything like
sense.
this, no.
It's probably usually like bad falls or it's not getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, faulty
Actually,
equipment.
I tried to research.
Y'all have to block me. I broke the first rule of Fight Club. Mandy declared that I broke the first rule of Fight Club.
Yep.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, I tried to figure out if there was any other instances, and I couldn't really find it. I mean, Brandon Lee is like the most famous one, and I found out there was no charges
Yeah.
pressed in that. Like they settled out of court with the production company,
Yeah.
which happened in this case
Yeah,
as
that's-
well.
John
In
Ritter.
this case,
Right,
Emily settled out of court with the production company.
If the defense proves, like they say, Hannah brought up safety concerns and wanted more help time, that is going to help her. But it will. I mean, it may mitigate, but at the end of the day, she loaded a live round into a fucking gun, and she's the armorer.
She
You know,
failed to do her
like
job.
to me, it's like clear cut with her, and I feel terrible for her. I think she's just a fucking young kid, 24, got her first shot. You know, and
Yeah,
you
dude,
know,
it
but
sucks
like
because you ain't coming
she's
back from
fucking up
this.
though. Like you get your first
This is-
shot. maybe
Right.
saving the fucking rails for like, after the shoot's done. Especially when you got your
Well, they're in
scene
Mexico.
coming
It's cheap.
up. Yeah. Coming up right.
Not worried about the fentanyl out there.
Right over the bridge.
This is
Yeah.
pretty clearly a case of negligence. If she can tell the difference between a dummy round and a real round, then this shouldn't have happened, and she should have
Unless
expected
she's
every
not the one
single
that did
round.
it,
Unless she's not the one, but apparently she is, right? She should have been. And
if she wasn't around and she's not the one that handed Baldwin the gun, who knows?
But
Well,
she
then
should've been-
we're
that's
getting
the
into
point. She should have.
Then we're
Right,
into the
exactly.
She should
nefarious
have
shit.
she should have made it a point.
I don't believe that's true.
What?
Yeah, there's no
that's-
way. Like,
I think
no one else
she
would've
loaded the round
fucking-
in the gun, and then she handed it to Hall, and then
She
he
did.
handed it to Baldwin, and it was that the end of it.
I'm not sure.
Or he took it off the cart.
Possible.
That's the way I think it
Right.
went down. Like
She wasn't there, and he's like,
loaded
"Fuck it."
She
here's
should be
gun.
the only person
Alec
ever
wants to do
loading
the
it.
scene.
That's the good. The truth is, she should be the one loading it and handing it to
Yeah,
Baldwin.
she should be
right?
demanding that
100%.
I'm the one doing it. Like, all the like inconsistent stuff that is just strange on a movie set. Like, and again, the 6 people
Well, but
quitting.
that's
it all
where
adds
her
up.
being young and
Right,
feeling
yeah.
like she probably didn't have a voice.
True.
And she's got a bunch of fucking,
True.
Right, especially around Alec
Yeah,
fucking
and like
Baldwin.
probably Dave
Jesus.
Hall's a big fucking giant dick
That
bag
guy.
too, And
That's
she's
true.
probably like,
Right.
she's saying shit, nobody's fucking listening to her.
And
She's
he's her
like, these
boss.
motherfuckers.
It's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like I definitely feel terrible
Mm-hmm.
for her, but ultimately
She loaded the round.
she loaded the fucking round. man.
Unless
It's like-
unless Hall literally took a round out and replaced it with a live round because he wanted to murder this person. Is that
right.
Is that the other argument? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
No, I think it's that it could have been on the cart, and somebody could have tossed it on there. Baldwin wanted the gun. There wasn't enough rounds in it, so they plugged one in it and gave it to him.
Yeah, it's
Man.
fucked up, man. It's a sad
Wait, is
story,
that-
dude?
I don't know.
If that's, I guess that sounds plausible to me, actually.
Right.
And like, if
And
she's
she
not
wasn't
there, 'cause
even
she's still
there.
up
She
on
wasn't
lunch
even the one
doing
that loaded the
rails,
gun.
Baldwin's pissed off because the crew quit, and he wants to get this shit done. He's like, "Fuck it, just give me the fucking gun." And probably the AD's like, "Oh, geez, Baldwin, okay," gives him the fucking gun.
Is that even their defense?
We don't know.
It's part of it.
I don't know.
That she wasn't the one that loaded the gun?
I don't know. I didn't see
I
that
don't
much
think
of
I've
it.
heard him say that, but
I don't think I've heard him say that either. Yeah.
No, I haven't heard him say that she did either and present any proof of it. So I don't know. I haven't heard either way.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
that's
I
their
don't know.
defense, then that changes everything. That's huge.
Well, no, it
But I
doesn't
don't
because
think
she's
it-
still the armorer.
She's
know
still
what I'm
the
saying?
armor.
It's
But
out
if
of-
you
it's
do
out of-
something when the armor is not there,
I guess, but if things aren't, I see what you're saying.
I mean, she was on set.
but if
she
her
was on set.
boss takes control,
She's
of the
24
situation
in
without
Greenhorn.
her-
I,
And the
I get it,
veterans,
dude.
right.
I get it. But like, you know what? You gotta assert. That's
Yeah.
it. If you're gonna be in charge of that shit, and
in
that's
case
if
something
that's your
like this
first shot,
happens,
Yeah.
it's on you.
Right.
My whole thing has been, I assume.
Well, now she knows.
She loaded the gun.
like, and she's not
Yeah.
like, people are saying she's green, but she grew up with her father as an armorer, fucking like around guns on sets, doing like she knows the fucking gig, and it's like she was just
right, doing it
like
herself
that's
and
what I
being
was saying. Like I
responsible for it.
think that she was just too passive about like around a bunch of fucking old white dudes.
Yeah, that's what it
Right,
was.
and
Absolutely.
just
Yeah, didn't want to.
not listening to her, fucking, But that's when that's when it's
Mhm.
still incumbent upon her to say, all right, look, you're not fucking listening to me. I'm shutting this shit down, or the AD has to do it. Like the AD just fucking shuts it down.
Right. She could have quit like the others
Exactly.
did.
And at that point, no one's getting shot. Like if she quits, then they're having to shut it down until they get a replacement armorer in there. You know what I mean? It's like it would have been avoided, but
And then also,
I don't know. It's
Could they just name somebody else
I
in
don't
armor
know.
because she had a
was
split
also
I don't know.
passively there.
Or do you
it
need a
seems
degree
like.
for it, like a qualification? What
I
goes
don't
into
know,
that?
man.
Is it like a
It kind of
certificate?
seems like she was.
I don't know. Or just I got a lot of guns and I love
Right.
this shit.
Yeah,
It also
right,
kind of seems like she
right.
was just passively there, though. She wasn't even really truly there to be an armorer, the way it seems to me.
It doesn't seem. No, it seems like
As
she
a
was just
formality.
there to.
Yeah, it
They
sounds like
wanted her dad probably couldn't get her, and
right.
like,
It sounds like they were running it kind of fast and loose.
she's got his guns at least.
Low budget film, fast and loose production.
Mhm.
not
Yeah, she was
fucking-
cheap.
not
It's her
doing the
second
shit
ever
they should have been
movie.
Doing. Yeah, it's sad, man.
Real quick here, I want to give a shout out
It
to
is
Jersey
unfortunate.
Gin.
What,
Coming through
18
with the
on St. Louis?
$10. Thank you, boys, for getting me through some hard days. Let's go. Love it. Hit you with a little bit of love here. Thank you, Jersey Jan. Thanks everyone for hanging out here tonight. And also, Laura came in through earlier, showing off her 9 months as a member here. Holy shit!
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
That's a lot of love. 9 months.
Thanks for hanging out, boys. This has been a banger ass show.
Yeah, this was fun. I had a good time.
Blast. Me too, man. It's good
Adam
times.
Malone in the chat.
That's true, man. I ate 3 of them. They're good.
Awesome.
They're good. I get them right at the res.
There we go.
Weed
Good. This is a
legal
good
here in New
ending
York. It's the
question.
best.
Keystone, are we watching the movie if it comes out?
I'm not interested, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know.
and I
If
love
this
a good
incident didn't
Western.
happen, I definitely wouldn't have been watching it, to be honest. So
Right.
this incident is the only
I don't
thing
like Alec
that
Baldwin.
makes me
Shit
want
on
to even get people
Netflix.
stuff.
Like, I actually just don't
like if
him
it's
as an
on
actor.
Netflix and it's like, you know,
This
like
is a
I-
straight
I
to, like,
burned
streaming
through
movie
everything
too,
to
right?
fucking watch. I might watch it on.
Like, this isn't
I'm
coming
sure
out
it's
in
going
theaters.
straight to streaming.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
I'll tell you
I wouldn't
what,
imagine, so.
I don't think that he would have finished the movie if they wouldn't have. If they'd have left the charges, didn't drop them, because the movie got finished in May 2023. I don't think if they'd have just. I don't think they'd have finished the movie. He's like, man, let's get back in here. We can make this money, and then
Well,
January
he's
they bring the
hoping for the
charges back.
publicity would get him some people to watch it. You know,
I mean, that's
If
again.
I can finally
do
get an
you-
audience. People have heard of the
Here's
movie.
the real question: are they gonna release it?
Yeah,
You
apparently.
know, it's
think
like
they are.
it seems
Done.
tacky as fuck.
It
You would
does,
think,
dude.
right?
It
It's
really
awful.
does.
I mean,
It seems
that's
super
fucking
shitty.
tacky shit, man. I mean, that's
they-
fucking bullshit.
They
Like,
released
I'm not gonna
Crow.
watch it just out of principle. You know,
They
be like,
released-
fuck you,
Right.
dude.
They released
Like,
the
do they
Crow.
leave the pew
People
scene
died
in?
on
Like the
set.
scene where he's doing the
Right.
thing on the bench?
Yeah.
Do they leave that in? I
Hey,
don't
the
know.
Twilight Zone
Right.
movie
Saying
had a
here.
real
What are we
death. Those
saying
two
here?
kids died on the Twilight Zone movie. I've watched the movie 1,000
Yeah.
times.
People have died on The Crow.
Yeah.
People have died on set, and they still released the movie. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's fucked.
But
up,
this is
man.
going to be a shitty movie because
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin fucking sucks. He's a terrible actor. He's not great.
Didn't another Baldwin get in hot water like 10, 12 years ago for some shit?
sounds like a Stephen Baldwin type situation. I'm sure.
One of them
he
does
has.
love
Exactly.
drugs.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, one of them loves drugs. Hold on.
It was
I
the
think
other
it is
one.
Stephen Baldwin. I'm just
I'm
putting in
pretty.
Stephen
Like,
Baldwin.
if I had to
Baldwin.
bet, I'd bet it was Stephen. Because Danny, like,
Oh,
Danny's,
yeah.
like he's just not as stupid as Stephen. I don't think.
Battle a cocaine habit
Oh,
with
the
Stephen
blow.
before finding Jesus and declaring bankruptcy. That's usually
Oh.
how it works.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Thank
Jeez,
God.
you know,
Thank the Lord.
that's how it always goes.
Oh,
You
Billy.
can't land a movie
Billy's
role
a
if-
fucking Billy was a turd too. Yeah, the Baldwin crew.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
All the Baldwins.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these
Look at
guys.
Steven down there. Look at the fucking vampire. Whoa.
They all do that hair thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that face pose.
The
that
only
everything they
role
do,
I ever
the
really
mouth
liked
pose.
Alec Baldwin in was
Oh.
Glenn Ross. Like
I don't even-
liked him in that role.
Who's knows? I don't even think I've ever heard of Daniel. Maybe
Really?
Daniel Baldwin?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Danny?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Everybody loves Danny.
Shit.
Danny boy. The pipes are called. I think Danny actually had probably the second most success to Alec.
Okay, no.
Out
This
of the
picture actually
four.
rings a bell. Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck's he doing here?
I think who the fuck's
Whoa.
who's married to Jenny McCarthy? Isn't it one of the Baldwins? Or is that one of or is that fucking Marky Mark's brother? The Wahlbergs. Oh yeah,
don't know.
I think
Yeah.
she's married to a Wahlberg. She lives right in
It's
St.
so
Charles.
weird that Marky Mark turned into an actor. What the fuck?
He's not afraid
So
of.
weird.
He's just like, what are you taking my picture for? Alec Baldwin versus the
racist.
paparazzi.
Total fucking racist and fucking like Baldwin or fucking Wahlberg had some shit in his background. I don't know how he got the pass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
had
all
a
Marky
thanks
Mark?
card or
Andy.
something, right?
Mandy's screaming at me. Mandy's like she's all caps tonight, screaming. Fucking Jay's infected her with all caps. She is literally all
Oh,
caps.
well,
tonight.
the Usual
Like, no
Suspects was
fucking-
good as fuck. I don't
no
remember which one was in that
punctuation.
one. That movie was great, and it even has that one fuckface in it.
Who?
Fucking
What?
the guy that got Me Too to death.
Oh, you fucking what's his
Which one?
Spacey? Kevin
Spacey. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And
what a
killed
creepy
everybody,
weird
bro.
guy.
What a-
Gacy.
so bizarre.
Gacy.
Dude.
Spacey just decided to Gacy everyone. Like,
Freudian slip. Spacey's a fucking weirdo, man.
Yes, dude.
Them little skits he films and shit after his
That shit was
man.
weird, bro.
Like, even Seven, he was a fucking like that seemed like his real character. Like that was like was some
creepy,
method shit,
dude.
or that was like him just being him. I don't know.
And all of his accusers are dead.
Yeah,
they're dead.
I know. He's a fuck. But Usual Suspects was fucking.
That's a great
good,
film.
though.
That's good. I'll watch it right now.
Yeah. But I really just like
Benicio
Benicio del Toro was my favorite in that. Hand me the keys, you motherfucking cocksucker. Hand me the keys, you motherfucking. That fucking whole role. Benicio carved out a nice little fucking acting career. I always liked him.
Dude. Yeah, he did a lot of good stuff.
I think. All right, Dan. So like, I'm fucking you again this weekend with the, with the closings for fucking Murder Church with Kevorkian, man. But like the following Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. The next
Sunday.
That should work. Yeah, the next Sunday we'll finish it up if that works for you. And this one I will do another Charles Manson parolee video. Those are working out pretty good because you can do them real quick. And I've been doing some of the Manson stuff. So yeah, man. 2 weeks we'll finish up Dr. K.
Cool. I want to see that.
And then we'll get into another one.
I have to be honest, man. I didn't like. He was charged multiple times, but like I didn't cheat and see like what the end result of that particular trial we're watching. I didn't Google it and look it up because I don't have an independent recollection of it, So I'm curious to see how the jury comes back on that thing.
That'll be cool to watch it live. Yeah. Before I started out, I did kind of a deep dive on him, so I kind of know what's coming. But
yeah, I did, dude. I had to order it. Like I tried to fucking I tried to Kindle it, but they didn't have it. Yeah, it was fucking great.
It's a tiny little thing, but it's funny.
Yeah,
all the little interviews he does. Some of them are brilliant.
Fucking great, dude. Yeah, he's fucking unbelievable. That was fucking so like that because I kept like confusing Vonnegut and fucking Bukowski like in my brain, like because I was like when I read Ham on Rye when I was like
formative year authors.
Yeah, dude, it was so fucking like I just like that was like literally the first book, and I was a pretty avid reader growing up. But like I was staying at my grandparents in my senior year of high school, and she had like all of her books, and like my uncle had all his shit down there, and he had like a ton of fucking Bukowski down there, and that like Ham and Rye just picked it up and read it, and that was like the first book like where I was like crying laughing, that I read it, and it was like it's like an uncomfortable book because he's a fucking teenager and he's got these huge fucking boils that he's fucking lancing, man. Like the whole thing is just fucking like it's really fun. It sounds better than I just made it sound. If you haven't checked out any Bukowski out there, y'all, you should. And Vonnegut,
do it
obviously too. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna set up a portal here real quick. Yeah, I did read that one that you recommended, Adam, before I started the Dr. Kevorkian trial. It's fucking awesome.
What did you think of it?
It was
did
good,
you like
man.
it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's an interesting idea, right? To like half kill him so he can go to heaven and do his interviews with the people outside the pearly gates.
Yeah, dude, it was trippy because of the people that he chose to include in it, right? Like, it was smart. Like, it was really cool. And then I'm reading that one book that you recommended. No, I fucked that up, didn't I? You recommended a different book, and then I thought it was the American Indian book that you had recommended.
Empire of the Summer Moon.
Yeah, I'm on a different one.
Oh yeah.
And I just mixed it up, but
Adam, you ever read any Palahniuk? Did you ever read any
Chuck Palahniuk? Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't liked any of his recent stuff, but like his first
like
12
early shit,
fucking great. Yeah,
great. Oh, dude,
Survivor is one of my favorites. Choke is great. I love Ram.
I read Choke. I've read Choke from him.
Great too. Lullaby.
Choke is awesome.
I read Invisible Monsters.
It's so good.
My first exposure to Palahniuk was I got Lullaby from the library, and I wanted to read one of his books. It's the only one they had, and it was a large print, so it kind of looked like a book for children, and it was fucked up. It was weird.
Yeah, it was definitely not a book for children.
No, but because of the large print,
great. Yeah, his brain, man, like he just comes up with some shit like few others. He's great. Good night, Joni. Mm-hmm. Thanks for hanging.
Thanks for hanging out tonight. Appreciate
you. Yeah.
Been a killer show.
All
man.
you hanging
This has
out
been
with
awesome. This is I knew this was going to be a super
great.
easy, chill, great conversation one, man.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's a good time.
Just
Tomorrow
talking
night,
shit.
Feral Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Here on YouTube, we'll be hanging out for about 30 minutes, and then we'll go over to Kick, and who knows what will happen over there. The last 2 weeks have been just a
Hey, and before
straight party.
that, and I'm gonna portal people in because I've got Julie Murray, Maura Murray's sister, who just dropped her podcast, which is phenomenal. And it's called Media Pressure, and she's trying to wrestle back, like she's a victim's advocate and a victim or a creator, an advocate creator is what I call her. And it's like kind of the movement with like Sarah Turney, where they're really trying to get victims and the families to take their stories back. Because who better, if they're willing to share, to talk about Maura Murray, than her fucking sister, who loved and adored her and knows her better than anybody on the planet, most likely. So I'm really excited to have her on tomorrow. I think we're going 7 my time, Steve, so we'll be done. I'm going to keep that one on a tight hour, so I'll portal people over to
That's
you,
awesome.
man.
Hell yeah, dude, that'd be perfect. Yeah, man, we'll have a good time over here tomorrow, and then Sunday 9 a.m. Eastern time, we'll probably do another Manson parolee and a Manson family parolee, and then that'll be it, man. And then the following week we will finish Dr. K.
Dr. K.
That's been a good one, man. That's been a really, I fell in love with that dude, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
been an
was
incredible one.
Fucking righteous, man.
Dude,
Fucking righteous guy.
You don't
man.
see a lot of
It's
people
like-
that just want to help for no, like, there was nothing in for
Well,
him, like, except
nothing.
heartache and stress.
Right, he was making no fucking. He didn't charge people for the service,
Dude.
And if you just know about him from reading the newspapers and watching the media, you think he's a fucking like morbid fucking weirdo, And then,
Yeah.
you hear about
Even
him,
when I started into this
and-
dude, I didn't know really. I just had
Right.
I really went into it more of the morbid. Oh shit, this is gonna be fucked up. No,
Yeah,
like,
no, he was a
And
smart
that's
guy.
why I
He's
wanted-
calculated. He's
he was
intelligent.
He really was, man. Like, and he was out there, he was giving people, a valuable service, It's like,
Right. He wasn't doing
frankly,
something he thought evil,
exactly. There was absolutely no evil in his heart, no malice aforethought. It was all, and like when you hear about the process that they'd go through in terms of, from inception to when somebody comes to him and going through all of his medicals and verifying everything and knowing where this person was in their life and what stage, and double, triple, quadruple
dude.
checking and making sure that they understand that and that they're good with it. And it was one of those things where, and he never really administered the shit, he just like oversaw it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
they
he just made sure
basically-
that it was clean and painless. I don't know.
Yeah, beautiful
I love
dude. All right, but Dan, you gonna be hanging out tomorrow night?
For sure. Of
Hell
course.
yeah. Adam,
Better
you're gonna
bring
be
the
getting on some
shades,
videos
bro.
here on YouTube, I'm sure,
Always.
soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going. I got to figure out how to do it.
Hell yeah. I've got his links.
In principle, I don't know how to record video, so I got to figure out how to do it.
I've got Adam's links down below. Make
get
sure you're
it.
following him on X and YouTube. Real Crime with Cletus, and he's hilarious. He's fucking awesome. Not only is he hilarious, he's an
Yeah,
actual intellectual type dude on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing about his videos, because he comes like his shit's tongue in cheek. They're parodies, and but he'll get fucking like, there's so many stupid fucking people out there,
Dude,
It's
that
people
endless.
don't
watch
get
shit.
it, man.
It's, oh my god, they like people are like, oh my god, like this fucking, like they think it's real,
Right,
like
what's with his
I've read
fucking
so many
camera?
people
Is
like,
he
oh,
insane?
I thought this Cletus guy was like a real fucking dude, and I'm like, oh yeah. There's
People
all
think
kinds
he
out there.
sends me the videos and I post them.
Right. There's still people out there that don't understand that, which I love.
No,
I
no.
secretly I think it's fucking amazing. I love.
I
it.
love a
it's
good
just-
gimmick.
The first time I saw it, and
Yeah.
the best part is the smudged video. Like you can barely see him. Like it looks like it's on like a
Oh, it's so
2006
good.
Nokia. Like
It's so fucking
Right.
good. It's so good.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm a
so
sucker
good.
for a good
I love
gimmick,
them.
and that's a good one.
And they like, well, I
Thank you,
was
man.
asking
I
him, I'm like,
appreciate
yo,
it.
man, I'm like, is that like a fucking filter, or did you? He's like, no, man. He's like, that's one of like a super old phone of mine. I'm like, it's fucking perfect.
Yeah, it's my
man.
work phone.
Yeah.
It's just in my pocket, scratch stuff. Yeah.
So good, man. It's
Like I
fucking-
couldn't recreate it.
Like, right.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, like, and it's like perfect. You know, like it's
It is.
perfect for.
Actually, I thought you
and
just
it's,
kind of like smeared a thin layer of Vaseline on your camera or something every time you shot.
No,
Well,
no,
yeah,
that's
that's
just an
what-
old
yeah.
fucked up phone.
yeah, it's fucking great, man. Because we were chatting offline, and it was hilarious, man. So it was, yeah, I love it. Like, don't ever stop. Don't let the bastards grind you down, dude.
I'll get it going again. I got
It
some
is
good
great.
stuff going. I got some ideas.
Coming, baby. All right. Also, Bob Motto, of course, links down in the description as well, guys. Tomorrow night. Yeah, we're gonna be hanging
This one
about.
could not wait.
And this is going to portal you
I love
into
the opening
tomorrow's
line.
Rust
So
trial.
good.
So,
And the joke about that too is that it's all this shit can wait. Like everybody thinks it's so important.
so
They
good.
got to
I
say, and it's like, no, it
cannot
doesn't
wait.
fucking matter. Right,
I
exactly.
think it's so fucking great, man. I adore them.
There's been
I
some
adore- I
absolute
always
bangers out of that
fucking
stuff,
share
dude.
them. Oh, dude, they're fucking hilarious.
again, I like it because you're
So-
pushing buttons, dude. Like, there's too many people that like to play way too fucking nice all the time. And I think that we need some actual debate and hard conversations.
I
around
think,
here.
but the thing is, I think it
But
is playing
but
nice. It's just people are too fucking serious.
You're right. You're right.
Right,
Interpreting right.
It's like it's a total fucking, you know, it's really fucking like just.
Well, he'll take a shot
complete
now. Let's
parody.
not pretend like
Well,
Adam
well,
will take a
but-
shot.
True, that's
but-
true.
No, he takes shots, but he's taking shots on the shit that he thinks fucked up about the true crime.
100%.
community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
love
like
it.
that's where the shots are being fired at, you know, and it's like, and there's tons of truths in them, man. You know, it's like you
100%.
just got to be able to see the
Yep.
forest through the trees, man. But you know, I'm a fan, dude. You know that. So
Thank you guys.
The
Appreciate it.
internet collectively can do that. It seems like so.
nah, dude.
That's
I mean,
true.
it's like America,
Well,
dude.
Avatars and fake names and
Yeah,
Oh god. Yeah, it's like
Anonymity.
it's easy
it's
when
hard.
they're on the other side of the wall
Yeah, exactly.
and you know who they
it's
know
like-
who you are, but you know they're Mr.
Right.
Truth Finder 25.
like my shit's all out there, man. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Right.
it's all my shit's out there, like all the warts. And I'm like, you know what? It is what it is, man. You know, it's like, you know, it's like I'm just not a fake name dude. You know, it's like I just gotta be me. You know, so but
Yeah.
you know, whatever. Different strokes for
Well,
different folks, I suppose.
there's something different when you're brave enough to put your face, your name, on the internet and present your content. And the
Yeah.
people that
Or just
that
your
are
opinion on
Twitter,
other people's things.
That
you know?
too, yeah. The people
Yeah.
who are on there to argue and just be assholes and trolls and what else, you know,
There are just absolute. That's what they do. They're just
They're-
trying to.
they're hiding behind.
But
that
it's fun for them,
anonymity.
you know. It's how they have fun.
Yeah.
So
You know,
Yeah.
I think
I
I,
mean,
enjoy it
but I just-
because I,
I
am
always
a
just
troll.
think of how miserable they are, though.
Like, there's communities that I absolutely troll, like on Facebook. Wrestling, dude, professional wrestling. I troll those
they're the
people all
easiest.
day long on Facebook groups.
Yeah.
The worst humans on the planet. Fuck them people. Like, I am a troll, so I mean, yeah, I get a kick out of it. All right, guys. Hopefully we can get
All right, y'all.
YouTube
It
back
sounds
on
like you're
here.
trolling
This crew
shitty
right
people.
here is the crew. I'm telling you, baby. I love you guys. I will see y'all in chat tomorrow.
Love you too, man.
Get the hell out of here.
All right, brothers.
Later.
All right, be good.
This verse, nothing to see here.